everybody, it's Kenny, and for today we're going to do a little bit of a nice, slow, gentle yoga flow for you guys, something a little bit different, so give you guys a chance to wind down and don't have to work so hard today. So this should just feel really, really good, something you could do anytime you're feeling stressed out or whatever, or just don't feel like overexerting yourself. This will be a great flow for you. And actually, this is a great one to get started with, so if you guys have never done yoga before, it wouldn't be too strenuous on you, so it's a good one to start with. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started in an easy seat position. So just simply sit down. You can on your thighs or your knees, palms down or up, whatever you prefer. Roll those shoulders back and down. Close the eyes, sit up nice and tall. Start to draw that attention inward, focusing on the breath. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Nice deep breath out from the nose. Another deep expand the lungs. Nice long slow exhale. Follow that exhale all the way down. Let it all out. And continue with this pattern of breathing through your practice today. It'll help keep you nice and focused and calm the mind. Beginning to welcome ourselves to our practice today. Nice deep breaths. Slowly blink the eyes open. We're going to take our hands, place them either next to our hips or slightly behind our hips. Take a deep breath in, roll those shoulders back and down, lift that gaze up to the sky. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Deep inhale. Exhale. Nice deep breath in. This time on your exhale, gently walk your hands out in front of you, folding forward, reaching those arms nice and long. Getting a nice gentle stretch in that lower back. Breathing in and out, directing that breath to wherever we feel any tension. Maybe slowly rocking from side to side if that feels good. Slowly walk those hands back towards your body and sit back up nice and tall. We're going to take that right hand down by our hip. Reach that left hand nice and high. Deep breath in. And on an exhale, lean it over to the right side. You can bend into that right elbow if you like for a nice side bend here. So with these side bends, I find it helps me to get a little bit more by taking this bottom shoulder and hugging it into the body. Because most people want to reach and extend with the top hand, but it kind of helps if you press that bottom shoulder in to lengthen that side body. Helps you get a little bit more out of it. And let's sit back up. We're going to switch it out. So place that left hand down by your hip. Reach that right hand up nice and tall, deep. Lean it over to the left side. Bringing it back to center. We're going to do that one more time to each side. Reach that left hand nice and high. Deep breath in. Exhale, lean over to the right. Back to center. Right hand reaches high. Inhale in. Exhale, lean left. Okay, let's lower that hand back down. And one more time, we're going to take that, roll the shoulders open. So roll the shoulders back, deep breath in, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Slowly walk your hands back towards your body and come to lying on your backs. Lying all the way down. Let's reach those arms nice and long overhead, taking it a full body stretch. Deep breath in, really reach with those arms, extend with the legs, stretching yourself nice and long. And then gently, keeping the arms and legs as they are, try to reach the right arm a little bit further out, extend the right leg a little bit, stretching that side body, bring it back to center, extend that left hand out, left foot out, stretching that side, and gently move back and forth from side to side, kind of like you're climbing a ladder, alternating right and left sides, stretching it out. And then come back to center, take a nice deep breath in, and then bring both knees in, hug them into your chest, maybe give yourself a couple rocks from side to side. And then keeping that right knee hugged into your chest, allow the left leg to go long. Then we're going to take that right hand to the right knee, allow the left hand to fall next to your body, out like a T, and take that right hand to your right knee, and gently open that hip out to your right side. Nice gentle hip opener here. Breathe into it. Gently bring the knee back to center. Keep that knee up. Grab onto that knee with the left hand. Allow the right hand to fall like a T out to your side. And we're going to pull that leg across to your left side of your body for a little internal hip rotation. You can gaze over your right shoulder if you like to help intensify the twist a little bit. Just breathe nice and deep. Come back to center. Hug both knees in once again. Give yourself a couple rocks from side to side. This time we're going to hug that left knee in. Allow the right leg to fall nice and straight in front of you. Put your right hand out to your side. Grab onto that left knee. And pull that left hip open to the left side. Gazing over the right shoulder. A little external hip rotation here. Bring the knee back to center. Grab onto that left knee with the right hand. Allow the left hand to fall wide. And pull that knee over towards your right side for a little internal hip rotation. You can gaze over your left shoulder if you like. Gently bring it back to center. Once again, hug the knees in. Couple rocks from side to side, never hurt anybody. And once again, allow the legs to fall out in front of you nice and long. Extend the arms nice and long overhead. And we're going to do a banana pose. So we're going to hook those thumbs over your head. Gently take your hands over towards your right side. And they're going to take the feet. Walk them over to your right side as well, crossing that left foot over the right and getting a side bend to the right. If you're doing this right, you should look like a banana. Nice deep breaths. Maybe feeling a nice little IT band stretch on that left side, and that whole side body opening up. Let's bring it back to center, and keeping those thumbs hooked, take those hands, walk them over to your left side, and take your feet over to the left side, crossing the right foot over the left, trying to keep those sit bones grounded as much as you can, and find your banana pose on the left side. And gently bring everything back to center. Bring the soles of your feet to your mat. And then make our way up to a tabletop position. Standing on all fours. Wrists stack under the shoulders. Knees stack under the hips. We're going to begin to warm up the spine and stuff with a little couple rounds of cat and cow. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our cow pose. We're going to drop the belly, lift the gaze, deep breath in, and hold. Slightly rock forward and back. Hoping to warm up the spine, also warming up the wrists a little bit. Should feel really good. And then come back to our neutral tabletop. We're going to find our cow pose. So pressing down through the mat, round up through the spine like a cat. Tuck the chin towards the chest, and holding the pose. Give yourself a few rocks forward and back. And come back to our neutral tabletop. And now we're going to take the traditional cat-cow variation. So Deep breath in, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round up through the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale, round through the spine, cat. And go through a few more rounds on your own breath, your own pace. Whatever feels good to you guys. And then after your next round, we're going to come to stillness, back to our tabletop. Take a nice deep breath in and reach that right arm high to the sky. Reach up as high as you can. Deep breath in, reach up. Then on your exhale, gently thread that right arm through your left side body, bringing your right cheek to the mat for a little shoulder stretch. Threading the needle, as this is called. Breathe into it. Gently make your way back up to your tabletop. Find whatever movements feel good. Then we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Send that left hand high to the sky. Really reach it up nice and high. Another deep breath in. Reach it up. Exhale, thread that one through your right side, bringing your left cheek to the mat. If you want to find maybe a little bit more of a stretch, you can reach that right hand long to the top of your mat. If you want a little side body opener, you could take that right hand, wrap it around your back, placing it in your back left pocket to open the side body if that feels good as well. Then slowly come back to your tabletop position. Then we're going to slowly make our way all the way up to standing. However you guys want to get there, just stand up. Now we're going to heel toe the feet about hip width distance, about 2 fist widths between the feet. Grab onto the elbows and allow yourself to hang nice and heavy in your ragdoll pose. So as we're here, you can lift the toes to engage the feet. Helps to relax the legs a little bit. You can bend the knees or straighten them, whatever you feel. If you're feeling any tension in your lower back, you may want to bend the knees a little bit more. Helps to soften that flexion in the lower back. Maybe you sway side to side. You can shake your head yes or no. Let that head hang heavy. Relax that neck. Relax the shoulders. Maybe think about drawing those ribs to your thighs to really, really fold yourself in half. And slowly release the elbows. Allow your fingertips to drape towards your mat. Heel toe the feet back together. Now we're going to take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to your shins for a halfway lift. Roll those shoulders back and down. Shine the crown forward. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend those knees and slowly rise all the way up to standing. Reaching those arms nice and tall overhead. Deep breath. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at heart center and down by your sides, palms facing forward for our Tadasana or mountain pose. Here in this pose, toes engage the feet, roll those shoulders back, tips towards the earth. You can lift your gaze or close your eyes, squeeze those thighs together, really fire up those muscle groups. Pausing here for a few deep, powerful breaths. Take another nice deep breath in. Reach those hands up nice and tall. Now on your exhale, we're going to find an open arm twist to the right. So Hips are squared to the front, reaching your left hand forward, right hand back for a little bit of a twist here. Inhale the hands back up high. Exhale, take your twist to the left side, so right hand reaches forward, left hand reaches back. Bring it back to center, reach up nice and tall, and grab onto your left wrist with the right hand. Take a nice deep breath in to lengthen. Then exhale, take your lean over to the right side. Inhale back up to center. Wrist with the left hand, and lean over to the left. Back up to center, reach high, nice deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take your hands to your shins for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Deep breath in. Exhale, find that open arm twist to your right side. Inhale the hands high. Exhale, open arm twist left. Inhale to center, grab that left wrist, lean right. Back to center, grab that right wrist, lean left. Back to center, a deep breath in, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up one more time, deep breath in. Maybe add a little baby back bend if that feels good this time around. Another deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, find that open arm twist to the right side. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Inhale up, reach nice and tall, grab that left wrist, lean over to the right. Back to center, deep breath in, grab that right wrist, lean left. Back to center, deep breath in, reach up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, reach the arms nice and tall. Then on your exhale, gently bend your knees, sink the hips nice and low, finding your chair pose. So while we're here, you're going to want to lift the toes, keep the weight in the heels. Make sure those knees aren't pointing out further than your toes. Roll the shoulders back and down, biceps to the ears. Another deep breath in. On your exhale, gently sweep the arms back, palms facing down. Chest open, shine that heart forward. Inhale, stand all the way up nice and tall. Then on your exhale, we're going to gently step that left foot back, bending into that right knee, dial down that back foot so it's facing at about a 45-degree angle, and sink into that front knee, finding your Warrior One pose. So as we're in this pose, you're going to want a nice deep bend in the front knee, making sure that you're back directly over the face. You don't want it facing inward because it presses the ligaments on the knee, so be mindful of that. And you're going to want that back foot, you're going to want that knife edge, and that heel planted firmly into the mat. Hips are squared to the front, shoulders roll back and down. And while we're hanging out here, see if you could lift those toes to engage the feet, relax the legs, see if you could sink in just a little bit deeper. Take a nice deep breath in. Then we're going to open up to Warrior Two. So this time your hips are to the side, and you're going to want to roll those shoulders back and down, gaze out over that front middle finger. It should feel like you're being pulled apart from front to back. Once again, lifting those toes, sinking nice and deep into that front knee. We're going to flip that front palm to the sky, take a nice deep breath in, Still keeping that bend in the front knee. Deep breath in, reach back a little further. And from here we're going to find our side angle. So bring your right elbow to your right thigh, left hand up to the sky, reaching that top arm up and back, opening through the chest. And if you want a little bit more, you can reach that arm over your head to the front of your room. Maybe take that left hand down to your ankle or down to the mat. Just don't sacrifice that openness in your chest. That's what this pose is all about. Inhale back up to our warrior two. And from here we're going to gently pivot the right foot to the left so we're facing the side of our mat. Inhale the arms nice and tall. Find our five-pointed star pose. Take a deep breath in. Then on our exhale we're going to pivot that left foot over to this side and find our warrior one to the back. So we're going to do that same series, but we're facing the opposite way. So once again, lift those toes, engage the feet, sink it in nice and deep. Being mindful of that front knee, pressing over the pinky toes or stacked over the ankle, don't cave it inward. Deep breath in, exhale, find your warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach back and reverse that warrior. Another deep breath in, reach back a little further. Exhale, finding side angle. Left elbow, right hand reaches up and back, opening that chest. Once again, if you want a little more, you can extend that arm long over your right ear. If you want to take that left hand, slide it down the left leg to your ankle or to the mat, you can do that as well. Bringing it back up to our warrior two. Let's find our five-pointed star, facing the side of our mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, turn back to the front. Step the left foot forward. Reach up nice and tall. Exhale, sink back into our chair pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Open the chest, shine the heart forward. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. This time we're going to step that right foot back. Dial down that back foot. So warrior one to the front. Side. Deep breath in. Open up to warrior two. Flip that. Reach back and reverse that warrior. Let's find side angle. Left elbow, left thigh, right hand to the sky. Bring it back up to warrior two. Pivot the foot, facing the side of your mat. Five-pointed star, reach up nice and tall. Deep breath in. And then turn and find your warrior one to the back. Facing the back of your mat. Right knee is forward. Warrior two. Flip that front, reach back, reverse. Finding side angle, right elbow, right thigh, left hand to the sky. Bring it back to warrior two. Inhale, face the side of your mat, sweep those hands nice and high. Five-pointed star. Turn back to the front and step that right foot forward to meet the left. Deep breath in, reach nice and tall. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Deep breath in, sweep those arms back, open the chest, shine the heart forward. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. Step that left foot back, dial it down, warrior one. Forward, facing the front of your mat with the right knee forward. Open up to warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach back, reverse. Exhale into your side angle pose. Bring it back up to warrior two. Sweep those arms high, 5-pointed star. Face the back, warrior one to the back. Left foot forward. Open up to warrior two. Flip the palm, reach back. Exhale into side angle. Back up to warrior two. Arms sweep high, 5-pointed star. Turn back to the front. Left foot steps forward. Deep breath in, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, sink the hips, chair pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, step that right foot back. So we're doing our warrior one. Once again, facing the front on the left side. Open up to warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach back, reverse. Exhale, finding side angle. Back up to warrior two. Sweep the arms high, 5-pointed star. Turn to the back, warrior one. Right foot forward, facing the back of our mats. Opening up to warrior two. Flip the front palm to the sky, reach back, reverse. Exhale, find side angle. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Sweep those arms high, 5-pointed star. Turn back to the front, step that right foot to meet the left. Take a nice deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward. Inhale, find a half lift. Roll those shoulders back and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat. And let's make our way down to our tabletop. And let's find a child's pose. So gently. You can either have the knees together, or if you want to open them nice and wide, you can do that. Pressing your hips towards the heels. Reaching those arms nice and long in front of you. Resting that forehead on the mat. Once again, breathing nice and deep. This will give you a chance to reground, refocus, reconnect. If you want to grab a drink of water, you can do that as well. We'll pause here for just a few breaths for a little bit of recovery. Gently make your way up to it. Then we're going to come up to standing. So sweep the arms nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Left. Exhale, we're going to plant the hands to the mat. And we're going to step our left foot back, coming to a runner's lunge. And then from here, we're going to gently lower that back foot to the ground. Untuck the toes. And then we're going to reach the arms nice and tall for our crescent, kneeling crescent lunge. So this is similar to the warrior one, except both feet are facing forward. Take a deep breath in, roll those shoulders back and down, really reach those arms up. And from here, what we're going to do is bring the arms to prayer at heart center. Take a nice deep breath in to straighten out that spine. Then exhale, take your prayer twist over to your right side. So you're going to hook that left elbow over the right thigh for a nice twist. Slowly bring the hands down to your mat and gently curl the toes under, lift that back knee up, and we're going to find our way to our warrior two. So once again, our back foot is ground down, hips are facing the side. Take a deep breath in. Once again, exhale, we're going to find side angle, so right elbow to the right thigh, left hand up to the sky. Slowly lower that top hand down. Drop that back knee down. And we're going to come back to our tabletop. So we're going to gently make a inhale for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Find that half lift. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat. And this time we're going to step that right foot back, keeping the left foot forward. And lower that right knee to the ground. Untuck the toes. We're going to sweep the arms high for our kneeling crescent lunge on the left side. And once again, bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Deep breath in, straighten out that spine. Exhale, find your prayer twist. Over to the left side this time, hooking that right elbow over the left thigh. Maybe see if you could lift that torso off the thigh a little bit. Increasing the twist. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Untuck the toes, curl the toes under, lift that back knee up. And then we're going to find our way to our warrior two once again. With the left foot forward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let's find our side angle. So left elbow, left thigh. Right hand up to the sky. Carefully bring that top hand down, both hands framing that front foot. Then we're going to step that right foot forward to meet the left. Take a deep breath in. Find that halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up to standing. Then on our exhale, once again, bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Once again, lift those toes, keep that weight in the heels. Roll those shoulders back and down. Out the spine. Exhale, take that prayer twist to your right side. Looking that left elbow over the right thigh. And as you're doing this twist, you're going to want to make sure, check your knees, make sure they're lined up together. If your left knee is poking out further than the right, you're going to want to pull back on the hip to realign them. And something that I find helpful in these twisting poses is think about pressing your knee into your elbow. It helps to engage the lower part of your body and creates a little bit more of stability in these poses. So maybe it'll work for you too. Sink those hips nice and low. Slowly bring those hands down to your mat. Finding a forward fold. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, fold it in, and then heel toe the feet, hip width distance. Once again, about 2 fists width between the feet. And we're going to take our first 2 fingers, often called your peace fingers. Grab onto your toes, and then just simply allow everything to hang nice and heavy. So relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Maybe shake your head, yes and no. You can sway from side to side if that feels. Like this type of forward fold, you can always take ragdoll as we took earlier by grabbing the elbows. You can simply allow the arms to hang heavy. You can even clasp the hands behind your back for a shoulder rinse if that feels good to you today. So just go wherever you go, just relax and enjoy the fold. Slowly release the toes. Heel toe the feet back together. Inhale, find that half lift. Roll those shoulders back and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up. Stand nice and tall. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink the hips. Bend the knees. Final chair pose of the class. Bring those hands to prayer heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, take your twist to the left side this time, hooking the right elbow over the left thigh. And once again, checking right knee is poking forward. You want to gently pull back on the hip to realign. Once again, think about pressing that knee into the elbow, stabilizing the lower part of the body, giving you a little bit of a better foundation. Slowly bring those hands down to your mat for a forward fold. Inhale, find that half lift. Exhale, fold it in, and then heel toe the feet, hip width distance once again. And this time we're going to find gorilla pose. So we're going to take the palms of our hands face up, place them underneath your feet, and basically stand on your hands for gorilla pose. I don't know if gorillas actually do this, but I'll take their word for it. And you can bend or straighten the knees. If the knees are bent, you get more of a lower back stretch. If the knees are straight, you get more of a stretch in the hamstrings. So pick whatever variation works for you today. And once again, if you don't like this fold, just pick one that works for you. Ragdoll, you can do the yogi, let the arms hang heavy, whatever you want to do. This is your practice. You go where you go. Do what feels good to you. Slowly slide those hands out from underneath your feet. Find a half lift on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to heel toe the feet, the distance of our mat, the width of our mat. And we're going to lower the hips down, coming to our yogi or goddess squat, whichever you prefer. So those elbows, press the knees nice and wide. Sit up nice and tall. You can keep the eyes open or closed. And also, if you guys have a block, this is if it's a little bit hard on your knees or your hips, you can always sit on. So whichever side serves you, just pick a side and sit there if you want one. Or if you don't need a block, just simply relax, breathe nice and deep, and allow everything to just open up. If the eyes are closed, gently blink them back open. Place your hands to your mat. Inhale, lift the hips up. Heel toe the feet back together. Inhale, hands to the shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Then carefully bend the knees and slowly rise all the way up to standing. Reach those arms nice and tall overhead. Maybe walk out those legs. Should feel good after all that bending and twisting we just did. Maybe add a little back bend if that feels good. And we're going to set up for our balancing series. So we're going to do keep it simple. Grounds of tree on each side. So what we're going to do is, starting on the right side, ground down to that right foot. Take the left foot. Bring it either to your ankle, to your calf, or up to your inner thigh if you could bring it up that far. Just anywhere above or below the knee, because once again, if you press on the knee, it stresses the ligaments and nobody wants that. Then we're going to either keep the hands at prayer at heart center. You can raise them up and grow your branches. Find something to gaze at that's not moving. Helps with the balance. And be a tree. Slowly bring the hands back to prayer at heart center if they're not already there. And we're going to switch sides, so ground down to that left foot. Take the right foot anywhere above or below the knee you choose. Set your gaze and be a tree. Slowly bring everything back down. And we're going to do that one more time on each side. So grounding down to the right foot. Take that left foot anywhere above or below the right knee. And find your tree pose. Bring everything back down to standing. And once again, final tree pose on the left side. So set that left foot and find your variation above or below the knee. Relax and be a tree. And carefully lower back down. Nice job, everybody. So now we're going to progress to our grounding series. So, again, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. And we're going to step that left foot back. Right foot forward. Let's find that warrior one. Grounding down to that back foot. Open up to warrior two. So from here we're going to find triangle. So we're going to straighten that front leg. Then we're going to reach that left hand up to the sky. Pull that shoulder back. Keep the gaze up. Opening that chest and shoulder. And then you can just take that right hand and slide it as far as you want down that right leg. It doesn't matter how far it goes down. The important thing here is you want that openness in your chest. This is a great pose. If you have a block, you can place that in front of your front foot as well. Helps create more openness and more space. Now we're going to come out of this pose, so we're just going to gently tip our way up, keeping our arms like a T. And then sweep the arms nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Back to our five-pointed star like we did earlier. Take a deep breath in, reach up. And exhale, fold forward, finding our standing as wide as you would like them to be. Place the hands on the mat. You can grab onto your ankles. You can reach the hands between your legs. You can clasp the hands behind your back for a shoulder rinse. So many arm variations to choose from. It's hard to pick just one, but the good thing about this is we're going to do it all again on the other side, so if you want to try something different, you can do it. Or if you like what you're doing now, you get to do it again. So relax and enjoy. If your hands are up, gently bring them back down to your mat and carefully walk over towards your right foot and bend into that right knee. Then we're going to carefully step that left foot back up to meet the right. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms nice and tall. Deep breath in. Then on your exhale, we're going to step that right foot back, coming to a warrior one. I'm going to switch sides here. So ground down to that back foot. Open up to your warrior two with the left foot forward. From here, once again, we're going to do triangle. So carefully straighten that front knee. Deep breath in, reach that Right arm nice and high to the sky, opening that shoulder, reach it up and back, gaze upward, and take that left hand and gently slide it down that left leg as far as you want it to go. Always being sure to maintain that openness to the chest. That's the most important part of the pose. Once again, if you have a block, fantastic to use in these poses, creating more space. Coming out of the pose, gently tip our way up, keeping our hands at a T. Sweep the arms nice and high, finding that 5-point start. Deep breath in, reach up nice and tall. And exhale, forward fold, finding that standing wide-legged straddle fold. So here's your choice to try something different or do what you did on the other side. Pick whatever arm variation feels good to you today. If the hands are up, gently bring them back to your mat and carefully walk over to your left foot this time. Bend into the knee. And then we're going to step that right foot forward to meet the left. Take a deep breath in, find that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. One final time, really reach up. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant those hands to your mat, and then gently make your way down to your mats, coming all the way back to lying on our back. So from here on out, we're going to be on our mats the rest of the class. So we're going to set up for our back bend series. We're going to do 3 rounds of bridge. So what you're going to want to do is walk the feet in towards your seat, place the soles of the feet on the mat, get them as close to your seat as you can, see if you can touch your heels. Take a nice deep breath in and lift the hips up, finding your bridge pose number 1. And if you like, you can, if you have a block, you can place the block underneath your back on whatever side you like for supported bridge, and you can just stay here for all 3 rounds. So if you want to lift up a little higher, maybe clasp those hands underneath your back, roll the shoulders under and lift up. And gently lower down. You can bring those knees together, windshield wiper the legs side to side. And let's set it for bridge number 2. So deep breath in, lift those hips up nice and high. Gently lower down, bring the knees to touch, windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Now our 3rd and final round of bridge, so let's make our last round our best one. Deep breath in, lift those hips to the sky. And gently lower down. Bring the knees to touch, windshield wiper the legs side to side. Now we're going to move on to our inversion for the day. So what we're going to do is, you can take either waterfall, supported waterfall, if you like, if you have shoulder stand in your practice and would like to do that. Or if you could take legs up a wall, which is a really fun pose to do, which is exactly what it sounds like. You just simply scoot yourself against the wall and let the legs go up there. And you don't have to do any work at all. But for me, I prefer the supported waterfall. So here's what we're going to do, is if you have a block, rock up, set the block against your lower back, place the feet to the sky, and allow the arms to, whatever variation you like. You could take them out like a T, you could take them by your sides, overhead, one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, whatever you like. And if you don't have a block, you could just take regular waterfall. Just relax, breathe nice. Gently lower down, one vertebrae at a time. If you have a block beneath your back, gently release it, and take this. Hug it in, give yourself a few rocks from side to side, and place both soles of your feet on the mat, just as we did in our bridge pose. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a nice gentle hip opener. We're going to do half pigeon on our backs. So take that right foot, cross it over the left thigh, and if this is enough for you, you could just simply stay right here, or if you want, you can press down on that knee to open the hip a little bit more. If you still want a little bit more, you can reach those hands through the legs, grab onto that shin and hug the knee towards your chest, or if you like, you can grab behind the thigh and hug in that way. Just try to keep your shoulders on the mat. Breathe nice and deep. We'll be here for a little while because the hips are a very large muscle group and they take a while to open, so relax and breathe into those hips. And gently release out of the pose. Place the right foot back on the mat. And then take that left foot, cross that left foot over the right thigh, and find your hip opener on this side. So once again, you can stay here. You can press down on the knee to open a little more. Reach through the legs, grab onto the shin, thigh, whatever you like. Carefully come out of the pose. Then hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a few rocks from side to side. Then take a couple rocks from forward and back, coming up to a seated position with your legs long out in front of you, feet together. So we're going to ground down through the sit bone. Take and reach up nice and tall. And exhale, fold forward over the straightened legs. Gently, slowly make your way all the way back up, and then all the way back down to your mat. Hug the knees into the chest, give yourself a few rocks. And then we're going to take happy baby pose, so just grab onto the knife edges of your feet. And allow yourself to either, you can rock from side to side if that feels good, or you can remain in stillness if you like. And then bring the knees back to heart center. And then we're going to take the arms nice and wide like a T. Gently allow the knees to fall over to the right side. Gaze over the left shoulder for a nice gentle supine twist as we begin to wind down our practice today. Bring the knees back to center and allow them to gently fall over to the left side. Gaze over the right shoulder. Bring the knees back to center. Take a nice deep breath in. Hug everything in. Give yourself one final squeeze. Maybe draw that forehead up to your knees. Deep breath in. Then on your exhale, gently allow everything to fall nice and gently to the mat, arriving at our final, most healing pose of Shavasana. So just relax, let go of the breath, let go of the practice. Allow the body to melt into the mat. Just allow yourself to be. Remaining in stillness, begin to come back to your normal pattern of breathing. Breathing awareness back into the body. Start to find some subtle movement in the fingers and toes, beginning to reawaken. And let's take those arms nice and long overhead, taking a nice full body stretch. And then carefully bring the soles of the feet to the mat one at a time. Right side, using your bicep as a pillow. Pausing here for a few brief moments to ground ourselves in gratitude. Thanking yourself for showing up, for doing something nice for yourself. Taking time out of your day for a little self-care. And keeping the eyes closed. Gently press your way up to an easy seat, facing the front of your mats. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Take one more deep breath in together. Circle, sweep the arms nice and high. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for showing up and practicing with me today. Hopefully I'll see you guys all again sometime very soon. And as always, the light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. And until we meet again, let us all share it together. Namaste.